Hey folks, just a heads up that I'm going to be taking the day off tomorrow and Monday for my birthday, so the podcast will return on Tuesday, January 26th. In the meantime, check back to the main website for daily updates from Matt. Hello and welcome to What the Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Thursday, January 21st, 2021. Welcome to Day 2. Joe Biden marked the start of his presidency by signing or finalizing 17 executive orders, memoranda, and proclamations to roll back some of Trump's policies. Hours after his inauguration, Biden began signing orders on a range of issues, which included defunding the construction of Trump's border wall, reversing Trump's travel ban targeting Muslim-majority countries, ending the Trump administration's efforts to exclude undocumented immigrants from the census, recommitting to the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, revoking the permit for the Keystone XL oil pipeline, and rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement. There's no time to start like today, Biden told reporters in the Oval Office as he began signing. I'm going to start by keeping the promises I made to the American people, he continued. Biden also signed an order appointing Jeffrey Zients as his COVID-19 response coordinator. Zients will report directly to Biden. The appointment comes as part of an effort to aggressively gear up the nation's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. One of Biden's top advisors described the flurry of executive authority actions as an effort to reverse the gravest damages done to the country by Trump. Meanwhile, Biden pledged a full-scale wartime effort to combat the coronavirus. He signed at least 10 executive orders and directives on his second day in office aimed at addressing the pandemic. His national strategy will address testing, treating, and vaccinating people for COVID-19 by ordering federal agencies to invoke the Defense Production Act in order to boost the manufacture of necessary supplies of masks, gowns, gloves, rapid test kits, testing agents, and other materials for vaccines. Biden will also require travelers to wear masks on planes, trains, buses, and at airports, and he will also require a negative COVID-19 test before flying to the United States. Other orders and directives create a public dashboard with real-time national and state-level data about cases, testing, vaccinations, and hospitalizations. He also ordered FEMA to set up 100 community vaccination sites over the next 30 days and created a COVID-19 Healthy Equity Task Force to address the disproportionate and severe impact of COVID-19 on communities of color and other underserved populations. Biden also reversed Trump's move to leave the World Health Organization exactly 1 year after the U.S. recorded its first COVID-19 case. Dr. Anthony Fauci spoke to the UN's health agency, saying, "I am honored to announce that the United States will remain a member of the World Health Organization." Fauci said the United States would re-engage at all levels and would join COVAX, a program meant to distribute vaccines to poorer nations. The agency's Director General, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, thanked Biden and Dr. Fauci for recommitting to the COVID-19 fight, saying, "This is a good day for the WHO and a good day for global health." Meanwhile, the Biden administration identified 12 immediate supply shortfalls in the Trump administration's pandemic response plan, including a non-existent coronavirus vaccine distribution plan. Biden called the vaccine rollout a dismal failure thus far, adding, "We didn't get into this mess overnight, and that things are going to continue to get worse before they get better." The shortfalls identified by the Biden team include a lack of N95 surgical masks and isolation gowns, swabs, reagents, and pipettes used in testing. Jeff Zients said, "What we're inheriting from the Trump administration is so much worse than we could have imagined." The COVID-19 czar continued in a call saying, "We don't have the visibility that we would hope to have into supply and allocations." At the same time, the new director of the CDC, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, warned that the COVID-19 vaccine would not be widely available by late February, as the Trump administration originally promised. The CDC also expects the United States to see another 100,000 or more COVID-19 deaths by next month, bringing the death toll to around 508,000 by February 13th. Dr. Fauci added that his best-case scenario is getting 85% of Americans vaccinated by the end of the summer. Moving on, roughly 900,000 Americans filed for unemployment benefits last week. While that number is down slightly from the previous week, jobless claims remain above the pre-pandemic peak of 695,000. And finally, Senate Republicans refused to agree to a power-sharing agreement unless Democrats promise to preserve the filibuster. Mitch McConnell has pressed Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer to keep the 60-vote threshold on most legislation as part of their agreement. But Democrats rejected the proposal, saying it would be a mistake to take the filibuster off the table now that they're in control of both chambers of Congress and the White House for the first time in more than a decade. The stalemate is slowing down confirmation of Biden's nominees, Trump's impeachment trial, and more. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditas.